Yeah. This big giant's talking New York with his skyline bleeds. Basketball dreams in the football seas. Got a mic in hand and a vision that feeds. In the fantasy realms where the ghost dog leads. He's a shadow on the court and a phantom on the field. Timberland stomping, truth never concealed. Got my podcast lit, each story revealed. Talk Ryan legends and hoops that appeal. From the shadows of MetLife to Mike's last track. Ghost dog repping Big Blue, never looking back. Podcast sales, that's deep in the fog. Gridiron echoes follow the phantom dog.
Yes, oh yes, man. Welcome back to Ghost Dog's Big Talk. Now that the draft, the 2000 NFL 2026 NFL draft for the New York Football Giants is officially in the books. It's officially official now. Now that the dust is settled, the fallout, if you will. Man, look, what a draft it was, whether it was the Love at 3 or the Carnell Tate at 4. To have an Averill Reese fall to us at 5. I ain't gonna lie to you. At first I was like, whoa, do we need another edge rusher? But after really looking to the young man, after really looking at this draft, man, look, we gonna get into it though. However, man, if you're new to the channel, if you are new to the tribe, make sure to run up and sub up and hit that subscribe. Real simple mathematics, man. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Also, if you appreciate the way I spit on this mic, be sure to smash the like. Because without you, there is no me. Help me help you to get better content. And let's, 100 plus subscribers. Shout out to you, man. Let's hit 1,000 on the road. However, now that the pleasantries are gone, let's talk about this draft. And I'm going to get right into it, man. Overall, I got to give it an A-. Couple things here and there, nitpicky if you will, but we're gonna get into it. Starting off at number 5. Now I ain't gonna hold you. I was a Sonny Styles dude, right? I was on that Sonny Styles wave. Partly because I saw Averill Reese more of as an edge rusher. After really digging into him, fam, there's argument to really say that he's possibly the best middle linebacker to come out this draft outside of a Sonny Styles. There's real conversations to be had there. And shame on me for not knowing. However, in my defense, again, I didn't see him falling to us at 5. So I was all in at Sonny Styles at 5. So I'm not mad, man. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. So far, John Harbaugh has confirmed he will be playing off ball, standing up, middle linebacker, or rather interior linebacker, specifically the weak side, the will linebacker. Look, and I expect him to fully be involved on 3rd and longs, when they need to get after that quarterback, when they just need to send everything at that opposing quarterback to get him to get the sack. It's going to be open season on quarterbacks as far as our defense is concerned. So absolutely. Going on to the 10th pick. Look, man, I ain't going to hold you. Again, I was a Caleb Downs dude. And to have him paired up with an Averill Reese on this defense would have been crazy. Okay? However, when Spencer Fano was taken by the Browns via the trade that they had with the Chiefs right before us at the 10th pick, I had a feeling. I was like, yo, Francis Maui Noah's still on the board? Yo, it is a John Harbaugh move to acquire absolute beastly offensive line talent early in the draft, man. It's just a Harbaugh move. It just is. So to address both sides of the trenches, major key. Fundamental. Okay? Simple mathematics. And I'm not mad. I said it during the live the other day. Check it out with the brothers over the Shakedown. Shout out to them. I said it to Shakes. I was like, yo, Shakes, we might get Francis Maui here. He's still on the board. For as much as I want Caleb Downs, fam, look, I'm all with it. And I think they're going to kick him into guard. We've discussed this already. He's already trained all across the line in preparation for the draft. My only nitpick is, could we have traded down a couple spots, maybe acquire some more some draft capital? Even if we lost out on getting Francis Maui, maybe we could have gotten Vivega Luan from Penn State. However, that's neither here nor there. What is done, and as far as I'm concerned, with the 5th and 10th overall, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I can't get mad at it at all. Fundamentals, man. Again, trenches. We've been complaining about the trenches for too long over here at the New York Football Giants in this fan base. That offensive line has been leaky since Eli Manning's last days. So let's rejoice, Giants fans. Let's not be so upset about a talent like a Francis Mauigoa, bro. We're not going to have no more problems over here on this offensive line. I'm telling you. So after that, the Colton Hood situation. And again, look, when I first heard about it and I looked into it, the talent is there. Sticky, cover corner, just an absolute beast, right? He's going to be a good man corner. Not denying that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, Dexter's not here. We got a major hole in the defensive tackle spot that needs to be addressed. So, again, it's not the player. It's just who is available that wasn't Colton Hood, and maybe we have gotten them. However, for the pick itself, I got to give it an A-, man. And then the other two, again, for the 5 and 10, A's. You know what I mean? Straight like that, because I expect Colton Hood. He's taking somebody's position, whether it's a Newsome, a Nadebo, or a Banks. Somebody's going to be out of a job. And I think it might be Newsome, honestly. I don't know. I don't know how I really feel about that acquisition, but it's neither here nor there. We got somebody for that position to get the competition going. So we're going to see. Shout out to Colton Hood, and I like that Sully, man, with the, you know what I'm saying? Fire. So I fully expect to see that celebration after a couple interceptions this year. And then going on to the fourth pick that we had, Malachi Fields. Now, as you know, with the stream, with the lives, with the brothers in them, I've been pounding the table for Malachi Fields. Big body, 6'4", 200 pounds, good with his hands, catches the ball. Now, I understand there's some situations about effort and whatnot, maybe possibly discipline. Look, if there's a sensei or a head coach that to get the best out of a player like that, it's going to be a John Harbaugh.
This is
Make no mistake about it. And I'm not concerned. The only issue I have with the selection, because for me it's an A, I got to dock a couple points off the strength of that we forfeited some picks to move up to get him. My question is, was it a necessity? Could there have been other avenues available where we could have acquired him and not have to give that up? However, after contemplating it more and more, I can only come to the conclusion that they knew something about other teams wanting to acquire him that we didn't. So they were willing to trade away draft capital to move up to get him. And we just got to have confidence in John Harbaugh and in his scouting room. Because, look, if they wanted him enough that bad where they traded draft capital, it's got to be for a valid reason. It's got to be. And I see the tape, man. The young man, serious potential. As a chain mover, a red zone threat, paired with an Isaiah Likely, it's going to be something to see. Especially with a Cam Scatterbo or Tracy in the backfield. Look, it's going to get real interesting here for this offense in the coming months. So stay tapped and tuned in for that. The other couple picks, the man with the 3 names, the extra offensive line, the Jack Kelly linebacker, man, I got to give it all A-. With the exception of the young man, the D tackle, the man with the 3 names, his name is dawning on me, from Auburn. Man. I'm with every single one of those picks. Great, in terms of depth quality. Definitely going to get the room's competition flowing. So something to look out for, especially for that Jack Kelly kid. He is a thumper, physical, not afraid to hit, looks forward to laying down hits. And be careful, Micah McFadden is all I can say with that situation. So, again, overall, this draft, not mad at it at all. Solid A-. And real quick, I got to ask, who does the credit go to for this draft? Is it Joe Schoen's work or John Harbaugh's? For me, the lion's share is John Harbaugh. He's got his hands all over this draft. To address the trenches right away in the manner that he did, come on, fam. We got to realize who's really pulling the strings over there. And that's no discredit to Joe Schoen. I'm sure he did his part. But this is a John Harbaugh draft right here. All up and down. Make no mistake. So all this noise about hating Schoen for this, hating Schoen for that, or like giving the credit to Harbaugh, we could just knock all that shit right out the door. This is a hardball draft, as far as I'm concerned. Now, hey, look, if you're feeling different, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section. But for right now, that's how I'm feeling until further notice. And that's where I'm at with it. Also, real quick, man, to address this situation, because Malik Neighbors was on a stream and he had a couple comments about the draft picks. And I can understand how somebody might take it out of context and all that stuff, as like, you know, the media and the fan base likes to do. We got even part of the fan base out here calling Malik Neighbors out his name. How dare he this? He should keep his mouth shut that. Look, fam, I'm never going to say a player shouldn't voice his opinion. That's nonsensical. At the end of the day, they're human beings, and they're going to tell you how they feel about certain situations. My only thing is, for him, and it's not even like me telling him what to do or being angry as a fan, it's just so much like, just be careful, young man. I feel like nothing that you said was wrong, although people might take it and misconstrue it to make it thus. And they asked John Harbaugh about it. He was all on board with him. He explained to Malik about the pick, why they got Maui Noa, why they got Elvin Reese, and that he felt better after having a conversation with John Harbaugh. And shout out to John Harbaugh for just nipping that whole situation in the bud, because that's what it really was. It was like a big hold nothing. It was somebody who expressed his concerns in the moment, but it was not malicious, and it had no ill will for me. And shout out to Malik Neighbors, man. Fam, I think he's going to do great things this season, especially that his quarterback is going to have time to be able to get him the ball behind this offensive line with the addition of a Francis Maui Noa. So all that noise from the fan base, and hey, look, I'm not going to tell you how to fan. Fan how you want to fan. It's just certain moments like that, man. We just need to stop, pump the brakes, and really think about what we're about to say. Because there's a reason why the rest of the league say the things that they say about us, the New York Football Giant fan base. And not that I give a damn. They can have their opinions. It is what it is. But it's just one of those things where it's like, fam, let's just wait and see, man. Let's just think about it, wait and see, and let's see what's going on. Because look, we've chased out an A1 receiver for his antics before. Now, granted, a Malik Neighbors in terms of an OBJ is nowhere near incomparable when it comes to their antics and what have you for their tenures here. However, I'm just like, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And right now it's rhyming very similar with how the fan base was feeling about OBJ number 13 once upon a time. Mind you, this is the same fan base who's clamoring and banging the table to bring him back home now after the maturation process has taken its toll. So, again, Big Blue Ocean, to the fans, let's just pump the brakes a little bit. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Let's not jump on Malik Neighbors for having an opinion. He had his concerns. It is what it is, and it was addressed. And again, shout out to Harbaugh, man. I truly think John Harbaugh is on his Tom Coughlin arc with the Giants in the same way that Coughlin had his arc with the Giants. I think we got a hard-nosed coach in here that's kind of like adjusting and evolving in a way that's complementary to his players in a similar way that Tom Coughlin did. And that, for me, just breeds success. Okay? So it's going to be a very, very exciting season. I am gassed up about this draft, and I'm even more gassed up for training camp and everything leading up to the season opener. So, absolutely, that was my quick little reaction, my summarization, if you will, of how I felt about this draft. And fam, it is great, absolutely great. A- thus far for me. Again, we're going to see how it plays out for years later to come, because again, you don't really know what you have out of a draft until years down the line when that talent has been able to show itself up on the field. So we'll see, man. Something to stay tapped and tuned in for. Again, make sure you hit the like and subscribe, man, because without me, or rather without y'all, there is no me or us via the Shakedown. So shouts out to y'all again. Shout out to the Shakedown, and make sure you hit the subscribe for those brothers over there as well. I always leave the links down in the description. And stay tuned for the next one, man. Oh, fam. Oh, happy days, happy days. With that being the case, man, as I always say from here on out, the Big Blue Revolution will be televised. Peace.
From the shadows of MetLife to Mike's last track, Ghost Dog repping Big Blue, never looking back. Podcast sales, that's deep in the fog. Gridiron echoes follow the phantom dog. Jersey glows under moonless skies, fades with the beat, but never truly dies. He barks once loud, a New York anthem blast that vanishes like stories to podcast pass.
This is a Ghost Dog mixtape original.